Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So we got to a very interesting point in the last video, and I wanted to share with you what happened. I was still making up the prayers, and this was about last week when I was in the morning, I'm making up the prayer. I realized I can no longer make up the prayer. I could not remember how many rakats I prayed. My concentration isn't there. I finished my that morning's prayer, but I made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I asked Allah, please show me anything that you have forgiven me. I am no longer able to continue. I would not be able to concentrate on what I'm saying. For the first time, I felt this was a huge load and burden on me. I asked Allah to show me any way that you have forgiven me, that it's okay to just stop, to just pray the 5 daily prayers and sunnah if I can. And then I stopped praying. Within an hour, I received a message underneath one of the videos that's a 70-year-old woman trying to make up 20 years of prayer. Out of nowhere, somebody sent, I don't know if the male or female, sent me a message saying that Allah has forgiven. In fact, there's no recorded hadith that somebody had to make years of prayer. I mean, it was a very long explanation. Although I have heard this before, things like this before, to ask for forgiveness, but I was determined I was going to make it up. Even though it was like forgiven, I wanted to do it. But when I read this, like immediately after I asking Allah, it says Allah has forgiven you. You don't have. It seems like it sat in my heart, and I don't get these messages all the time. It came immediately after I asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then I said, Allah, I will take this as a sign from you, and I will no longer make up the prayers. Maybe if they have sunnah prayers, they have tahajjud, they have many things that we could pray, but not under the obligation. So that made a huge difference. It really affected me in such an incredible way. I said, at least I am doing the revision of the Quran. A few days later, as I came to page 107 of Surah Al-Ma'idah, I realized this is حرمت عليكم الميتة والدم ولحم الخنزير وما أهل لغير الله به. But then it talks about the animals that were, head down, that died, and somebody killed them. This was originally very difficult for me to begin with. It took me a long time to memorize this one page. This is page 107. This is ayah 3 of Surah Al-Ma'idah. Suddenly I realized my heart is like about to explode. I could not memorize this time. I kept trying. I could not memorize this. And then ayah number 5, also very difficult, of the Surah Al-Ma'idah. It was almost like tears in my eyes. Allah, I cannot revise. I want to revise, but not everything, every page is like I want to revise according to a comfortable level. Like, I'm still walking and I have the Quran in my hand. But when I make a decision, when I make a goal, I oblige myself. Certain number of ayahs or certain number of pages, I stay with it. This is why I finished the Quran. Even though it took 30 years to memorize the Quran, I had a goal, I stay with it. In case you hear boys screaming because they're behind me, they're water and the young boys are swimming. Sorry. You also hear the sounds of the rainforest. So I felt like, Allah never obligated me to do this. I did this. I've already memorized once. It's already in my heart. So I decided to stop revision and just revise according to when I am ready to revise, and not put myself under an obligation, which is against my personality, but this made it like a change. But then I made a new commitment. The new commitment is I'm going to go back from Surah Al-Fatiha and start reading. This is not memorizing anymore. It is not revising anymore. This is something new.